My friends, the conference is about to begin. Please excuse me if I troubled you last night with my project. I understand that you might well have a few questions to ask. As you know, the final vote will be cast in a few days. This morning's aim is to answer your questions and check the temperature of your respective positions so that we may reach a greater understanding.
As always, Lord Mortimer.
We parted in perfect disagreement, my lord. Where would you like us to take it from?
Come, sir. Please let William believe he still has a chance of winning us over. Otherwise, his imprecations will lack panache, and we shall be bored stiff.
Oh, let me reassure you, I am convinced that a good night's sleep has brought sound advice, and that this morning will be even more interesting. Therefore, I would like to go around the table in order to hear everyone's first impressions.
Well, I am still firmly against it, even though my choice won't count.
Against.
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 And you, Luke Manuel?
Well, you see, it is more complicated and it...
Calm, Gregory. Don't try to impress my guests, please.
They are not your guests.
Gregory, anyone under my roof is by definition my guest. You included. I would be very grateful if you would let my guests speak. Duke Manuel, you were saying you still had some doubts?
Well, you see, the situation has changed since last night.
What's going on here, my Lord Duke?
You see, I gave it some thought during the night. New arguments have come to light.
What do you mean, Duke Manuel?
Sir Gregory, I regret to inform you that Spain will not support you in this operation. I vote for. Moreover, in response to arguments brought to my attention, I declare war on France.
What? What is he doing?
If you think France is afraid of you, you are dreaming.
Over 10 nations rise against you, young man, and you behave like a yapping little dog?
When the French armies are at your door, my Lord Duke, you will change your tune. Well, as for me, I am for Lord Mortimer's project, despite Duchess Hillsborough's overwhelmingly convincing nocturnal attentions.
What? So Emily was playing at trying to win over guests last night?
It was nothing more than a friendly little chat, of course.
How could it be otherwise? And by the way, remember me to your husband when you see him. And you, President Washington, what is your position?
For, of course.
Well, that leaves just yourself and Monsieur Peru, Louis.
You're all making me sick. Look at yourselves.
What?
You are pathetic!
Have you been drinking or what?
There you are, quibbling away. My Lord Duke this, and Madame Duchess that. You know very well that we're nothing but puppets on a damn string.
Jacques, Camille.
Let's end the charade. It's over.
Jacques,
My lord, thank you for everything you've done for me over the years. But it didn't come for free. And now I see the price is too high to pay. I'll stop.
come, Jacques, we'll talk it over.
No, I'm finished. I want my freedom back, my lord. I shall no longer work for you.
Ja, und damit sage ich wieder Hallo und willkommen zurück zur aktuellen Folge von The Council, und wir werden gleich mal direkt einsteigen, indem wir hier eingreifen werden, weil das können wir jetzt ja so nicht zulassen, dass er sich einfach die Rebe wegbläst.
Wait! Richets, you just can't help it, can you? Stop trying to play the hero, man!
Monsieur, I know I don't really know you, but you seem like a decent person.
I have done so many horrible things!
You blame yourself, I can see that. Everything's not lost.
I don't want to do bad things anymore.
You can take control of yourself again. You can fix whatever it is you've done.
Do you really believe that?
Of course, Jacques. You'll have all the time you need.
Da müssen wir doch gerade nochmal... Ich brauche jetzt irgendwas, was bei ihm hilft.
Jacques, you're not alone.
There's nothing you can do against him.
Of course there is. We've already started.
How can you say that knowing he's already probably gotten rid of your mother, Louis?
No, he hasn't. She's still here. She's alive, Jacques.
But...
Yes, trust me. Jacques, don't shoot. Give me the gun. Come on.
Sorry, Louis.
Ja gut, ein Versuch was wert. Aber leider nicht von Erfolg gekrönt. Trotz alledem war die Episode relativ erfolgreich, zumindest anhand der abgeschlossenen Möglichkeiten. Aber schade, dass wir ihn hier so nicht retten können. Ich glaube, dass wir ihn noch brauchen hätten können. Aber leider können wir das jetzt hier so nicht rückgängig machen. Dann müssen wir jetzt wohl leider damit leben und uns stattdessen wieder mal überlegen, was wir hier noch gebrauchen können. Sprachen wäre sicher nicht schlecht. Auf jeden Fall sollten wir die Gewandtheit noch freischalten. Dann haben wir hier noch Beliesenheit. Das ist fast noch wichtiger wie Sprachen. Da werden wir auch noch 2 investieren. Und dann schauen wir mal, was wir noch so an Büchern lesen können.
I don't understand. I spoke to him only recently.
Monsieur Perrault has lost his mind. It's obvious.
Yet another way for the French to make a spectacle of themselves. Well, once again it has worked.
My friends, let us settle down, please. We are all in shock, of course. Let us praise Louis's gesture anyway. You did what you could.
Yes, it was very noble of you, Louis.
It wasn't your fault.
There was nothing else you could have done.
I think everyone needs a little rest. Can you stay a moment?
Of course.
Nein, hatte ich eigentlich nicht vor. Aber okay. Wir werden jetzt erst einmal ein kleines Lesestündchen machen. Und zwar, wir können 3 Manuskripte lesen. Das würde uns Etikette geben. Etikette. Okkultismus, Gewandtheit, Ablenkung. Natürlich jetzt alle so. Was nehmen wir denn? Was nehmen wir denn? Ich bin mir noch nicht ganz schlüssig, aber ich glaube, Politik kann so nicht schaden. Und dann nehmen wir hier noch die Ablenkung dazu. Und starten dann mal ins nächste Kapitel rein. So, was will er denn, der Gute?
Louis, I wanted to talk to you a moment about what has happened. All this is tragic, but I wanted to thank you for doing what you could.
I wasn't able to save him.
You couldn't, Louis. You mustn't blame yourself. It is not your fault.
Verschwenden wir jetzt mal keine Punkte.
I could have anticipated this. I spoke to him the day before, and I should have seen he was in a bad way.
But I'm guessing he refused your help.
Yes.
You see, you can't save someone who doesn't want to be saved.
We talked. I should have taken it a little more seriously.
What about?
Das werden wir ihm mal nicht auf die Nase binden.
He remained evasive, but I think his work had become too much of a burden for him.
Well, I certainly overestimated his strength.
What do you mean by that?
Over time, his duties as a judge must have hugely weakened him, as he said so himself.
Indeed.
What a waste.
What are your plans now?
What do you mean?
For the conference. After the disappearances of both Elizabeth Adams and my mother, and now the death of Mr. Perlu, I should imagine that your guests are all packing their bags.
This might come as a bit of a shock to you, perhaps because it was so difficult to bring all these figures together. But I am convinced that none of them is preparing to leave.
Wieso zuppelt denn der hier eigentlich so hin und her? Das macht mich gerade ganz wirr.
And you endorse that? For God's sake, that's totally immoral.
Morality and politics don't go well together, my boy.
Na gut, da kann ich ihm
Like
nicht mal
water and
widersprechen.
oil, they cannot mix. By definition, politics is not immoral as much as it is amoral. It must not take into account any morality that would constitute a hindrance. Otherwise, it could not be free to make tough decisions.
Do you realize what you just said?
It's a question of duty, Louis. Look, morality evolves over time and differs depending on the habits and customs of each country. It must not be a criterion. What we are doing here, Louis, will change the very face of the world. I'm not saying it's easy, but it is our duty. The future is in motion, and nothing must stop it.
If you say so. Allow me to take my leave, please.
Of course. You ought to get some rest. Oh, Louis, one more thing, please. I wanted to thank you for your support during the conference. You've made the right choice, and it gives me tremendous satisfaction to have you with me on this project.
And much good may it do you, my lord. But look at the voters. It needs to be unanimous. And we just lost Peru. The battle is already lost, if you ask me.
Trust me, Louis. We still have a few more cards to play. You'll see. Anything can happen in politics.
I'll see you later, my lord.
Okay, dann werden wir jetzt erst einmal zurückkehren. Zumal mir jetzt hier gerade auch nichts mehr dazu einfällt. Gut, jetzt rein mal von außen betrachtet, dass wir hier ja ein Spiel spielen, war natürlich klar, dass wir jetzt nicht alle entsetzt die Insel verlassen werden. Nichtsdestotrotz finde ich die Entscheidung insgesamt trotzdem ein bisschen fragwürdig. Und bin mal gespannt, was uns da in der Hinsicht noch erwartet. Und trotz alledem würde ich eigentlich...
Yes, sir.
Your yes is not sufficient. Tell the others, for crying out loud. Remember to close my window once you've done my room. This isn't Corsica, you know. I'm freezing.
Of course, sir. I'll see to it straight away.
Good. Proceed.
Yes, sir.
Der kleine Franzose friert. Oh, oh.
Monsieur Bonaparte.
Don't feel guilty over Monsieur Peru. You did your best. We just lost the vote for the next conference, and we already had fewer votes than Holm. I must absolutely find a solution.
Jetzt konfrontieren wir ihn mal damit.
Excuse me, sir, but given recent events, I find it somewhat cavalier to return to your political preoccupations so quickly.
Yes, I know you must find me inhumane. But what can I do? We are here to decide upon the fate of our nations, Louis. It is time you realize what is at stake here. I hold nothing against Monsieur Peru personally, but what concerns me most right now is to not lose sight of the objectives of this meeting. In short, we haven't a minute to lose. I'll leave you now.
Just a minute. What did Duchess Hillsborough propose last night?
Oh, nothing worth worrying about? The pretty little pudding eater found no better tactic than to threaten me. She would have been better off sliding into my bed. At least we wouldn't have wasted part of the night talking for nothing.
Threatened you, you say?
That's what I said. I think I'm going to have to be careful of English troops crisscrossing the Mediterranean for a while. The witch would let loose the wrath of the English crown on my august person. But if she thinks that would scare a Bonaparte, she is mistaken. Now, Louis, time is running short, and as I said, I'm in a hurry. I have to go now. I will see you later.
Oh, der kleine Bonaparte friert bei offenem Fenster, aber er ist natürlich ein mächtiger Feldherr, wenn es geht darum, Frauen zu bedrohen. Aber nun gut, lassen wir das Ganze mal so stehen und begeben uns wie geplant. Steht ja so rum.
I am sorry, sir, but you are unable to access Monsieur Peru's room while we gather his personal effects.
Achso, ja, okay, das lassen wir mal so durchgehen. Würde sagen, wir gehen jetzt mal in Richtung unseres Zimmers. Und reingehen tun wir dann aber erst gemeinsam in der nächsten Folge. Können wir Madame noch heimsuchen? Ich glaube, mit der reden wir auch noch über den Bonaparte. Aber wie gesagt, das machen wir dann in der nächsten Folge. Bis dahin sage ich wie immer danke fürs Zuschauen. Macht's gut und ciao, ciao.